wanna walk in the light. I wanna get higher. Fulfill my desires. I wanna inspire. Cause I've been through the fire. And I'm weak and I'm tired. I wanna go higher. I wanna go higher. I wanna walk in the light. I wanna get higher. Fulfill my desires. I wanna inspire. Cause I've been through the fire. And I'm weak and I'm tired. I wanna go higher. I wanna go higher. Still maintaining. Yeah, I'm still changing. Still a light in the dark. With the mind of a shining. Niggas still hating. Still finding loopholes in the matrix. Still grinding for greatness. Still praying that we all gon' make it. Blessings on blessings from lessons on lessons. With patience, we all can go get it. End all this hating and all this division, my nigga, we all could be winning. See through the past, the present, the future, I feel it through my intuition. Yeah, answers is we fulfilling mission, I feel it through my composition. Yeah, here talking, I'm paying attention. Every instant you know that I'm listening. On the mountains, I'm seeing the vision. Hit the trauma through spiritual stitches. In my heart, I just set the intention. In the darkness, my light be the witness. Often guided by spiritual wisdom. I just work with the gifts I was given. Yeah. We all been blessed with these gifts, divine gifts. The sun used them as the profit of our people's power. And even with all their riches, they still ain't free. Those empires, they're falling. Me, I like to walk in the light. I wanna walk in the light. I wanna get higher, fulfill my desires. I wanna inspire. I've been through the fire, and I'm weak and I'm tired. I wanna go higher, I wanna go higher. I wanna walk in the light. I wanna get higher, fulfill my desires. I wanna inspire, cause I've been through the fire, and I'm weak and I'm tired. I wanna go higher, I wanna go higher.
Get up in here. Get up in here. Let me tell y'all something. 2025 has arrived. Say hi. Let go, let go, let go. It happened to y'all ready for great abundance. Hi, how you doing? Phuket and Toxic default 69 times. That's right, 69 times I've been on the toxic default. But I got myself back up, and that's how I got here. I'm the police saying, y'all, if you don't know who I am nice to be making your acquaintance today and coming across your screen, however that may have happened. If you connect with anything that I say in this video, I ask you to like, subscribe, and tell a friend about it. Because listen, I'm gonna drop the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And so help me God, as long as this thing keep turning, twisting, spinning, or whatever it's doing. So after the other day's video, I got a couple of requests, and like I told you guys, I will definitely answer. And so this video is talking about meditation. Like, how do we hear God? Okay, how do we train ourselves to hear God and get direction from God, right? Like, I've been praying, I prayed, and I even got what I prayed for, saint. But what do I do now? What do I do now? What do I do now? Go back to God. You got to keep going back to God, people. And so, what does that mean, right? First of all, about me, I'm a motivational speaker and a published author who is a life coach, life mastery coach, okay? And I coach people who are seeking to master their relationship with God and get the greatest version of life out of this existence right here. If that is something you into, go ahead and like me now. Go ahead. Yeah, I might be in the Guinness World Record for her. I'm gonna tell you now the most impressive resume. That's right. Or the most common human being to do exactly what God told them to do. That's me. That's me. Right in the Guinness book. The saint. That's right. But anyway, so how do we get to God? So a lot of people say, I'm praying, I'm praying. And that's good. That's a good start. So as long as you got the discipline to pray, then you're in the right direction, right? Because there's It's just like talking, right? Me talking is me talking right now to y'all on the computer, or y'all can type back to me, but I have to pause in order to receive what you're saying and read it, right? That's the same thing with God. You have to take time to receive what is being put into you. Not try to think it, okay? Because that's what a lot of people do. They try to think God. We cannot think God, people. You can't think God. I can't think God. No matter how much of our best thinking we do, we can't think God. The only thing your thinking can do is choose you. What feels good to you, what feels right for you, what makes you feel safe, what makes you feel the greatest version of yourself. And if that's not what you're choosing, then you probably live in hell, right? But we don't want to live hell. So we want to understand how, Saint, once I get into this relationship with God, how can I, the physical person, capitalize on this relationship? How can I build and nurture this relationship? How can I receive? I'm going to tell you how. You have to quiet down things, learn to relax. Okay, relax. That's number one. You got to learn to relax. But see, in our common everyday life, we want to be in control. We want to, navigate things. We want to understand the outcome of things. We want things to be predictable and comfortable for us. However, remember that is our mind. I always tell my client, if your thinking is there, God is not. Where your thinking is, God can't be, okay? Because you can't think like God and God ain't thinking like you. So there ain't no God there. Now, in what you receive, okay, but you got to receive it. So how do you receive it? You receive it through meditation. You receive it through being still. You receive it by being patient. And that can be difficult when we have all of this clutter in our mind and all of this stuff that's bombarding us, the sounds of music, our friends, our family, our own stinking thinking, advice from our lovers, advice from our besties, advice from our siblings. We will seek these things, but we are not seeking God. And a lot of people be like, I was seeking God. Well, you were seeking God, but you didn't wait for God to answer you. You asked God for something, and then you got on the phone and called somebody else to figure out how you was going to get what you asked God for. If you can't think like God, I assure you nobody in your contact list is thinking like God. So that best friend is gonna come over and hang out with you and listen to your woos and woes. They are not thinking like God. They are thinking from their level of love for you. So they might give you advice based upon their experience, their personal expressions, or their personal motivations. None of that is gonna help you in coming into alignment with what God has for you. So when you're asking God, God, please come in my life. God, please give me this, and God, please give me that. God will answer you. Okay, but are you trained to hear it? And this is where meditation comes in. It's training yourself to hear. For myself personally, along my journey, at the stage where around 27 in that story, if you haven't watched that video, I highly suggest that you go and watch it, because how did I get here? How did I piss off the devil? That's what you need to watch. But it's a process of choosing the higher road. So for myself, I got sick and tired of being on this cycle where things were just going round and round and round, but I was never getting any new results. I was just getting the same old stuff with different little players or different responses from myself, but I wasn't like moving beyond it. And so I come to figure out that I needed to train myself to hear. And what planted this in me was I read the book Do You by Russell Simmons. The book Do You by Russell Simmons is what got me serious about meditation. And so, meditating, what is meditating? Meditating is simplistically the act of surrendering thyself so that you can receive the will of God. That's it. Well, I guess that's not the simple form. The simple form is quieting yourself, quieting you, okay, and all other external noises too. And so you have to find and create those times and spaces where you can hear God, okay. Don't get so wrapped up when you find yourself stressed. Instead of letting your stinking thinking take over and start to lay out all of the things you could have done, you should have done, you wish you would have done, and how this could have happened or who did this. Instead of doing that, take those deep breaths. Just take and stop yourself and just Ask God, what does this mean? Why is this presenting itself to me? And then say again. And now this time, you're going to continue breathing until you get an answer. Okay? What's up, J4? Peace, peace, peace. We're going higher today. We're going higher today, bro. So in order for you to get there, okay, because see, what's bothering you is in your mind. So when we let that thing cycle and we let it keep rolling and twisting and turning and grinding and churning, it just creates a mess, okay, that typically works in opposition of what you're praying for. And so this is why you have to learn the discipline of surrenderance. Surrender to the will of God. And that's why surrender to the will of God. Surrender. So when you surrender, the act of surrenderance is calming the mind, taking yourself into environments. This is why even if we look in the Bible, there's no impactful figure within the Bible who was not in spirit. And the only way to get in spirit is through stilling the body. The mind has to come to rest. You'll need to be doing something or being seen or saying something. It has to be put to silence. You have to take the time to say, okay, I'm going to receive. So when we're working with God, we make time for that. You know, most people will say, I don't got time to meditate. I ain't got time for that. Or every time I meditate, I go to sleep. Well, meditation will put you to sleep until you have learned the discipline of calming your mind. Okay, and so until you have learned the discipline of calming the mind, stopping the mind, stilling the mind, relax. Okay, no thinking. Okay, and a lot of people can't handle that. I was thinking, or God will give us a message, and the first thing we do when we get the message is we start thinking. We start thinking. We got a brain. That's what it does. So find YouTube videos. They have plenty of them. So like, let's say you're stressed. Find videos that are meditations to relieve stress. Let's say that you are having anxiety and you want to find meditation videos that help you to relieve anxiety. But moreover, those videos are merely trainings because none of those will help you to hear God necessarily until you get to the point of mindfulness, okay? And this is stillness. And there you will be able to receive messages. Now, what do I do? Because I can't stop thinking. You're right, you can't stop thinking. So once you come out of the meditation, one of the things that I keep close by me all the time is a notepad and a pen, okay? A notepad and a pen is your best friend because you can come out of the meditation. So let's say you do it for 3 minutes, 4 minutes, however long. Okay, a lot of people think, oh, to be a good meditator, I gotta be meditating for a long time. No, because to begin with, believe me, you're not gonna be able to handle it for long because your mind start cooking in, and that's natural. So don't be upset with yourself when you're like, I can't stop thinking. If you find that here's a tip. If you find that you cannot stop thinking, like you can't stop listening to the words that's going through your head, tune yourself into your breath. So them breaths that sound like now once all you can hear is your breath, stay there. And if you find thoughts click in, keep looking for your breath. Eventually, what you're going to find is you're going to move to your heartbeat. You're going to hear your heartbeat. You won't hear breath no more. You just hear your heart. Okay? So this is where you're in a state of stay there as long as you can. Now, when you come out, When you get done, in 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever, don't worry about who's in. Well, they said they be meditating for 20 minutes, they meditate for 5 hours. Worried about you. Worried about you. Okay. Now, when you come out, this is where you're going to journal. This is what I call intuitive writing. You ain't writing no song, you ain't writing no love letter, you ain't about to write no poem to your sweetheart. You're trying to receive. So you intuitively take the pen and put it to the paper and just start writing. Okay, now you're gonna write until you just naturally stop writing. Okay, just naturally. Once you naturally stop writing, read to yourself aloud what you wrote. You're gonna have a message. Okay, you're gonna have a message. It's gonna be a message clear as day. Receive that message and take steps on that message. Don't go back looking for God. Oh, give me some more, God, give me some, and get greedy. No, because see, you got to be moving with it. Hello, how you doing? Elon John. Elon John. Make sure that you are connecting to and receiving it. Now, this is where we call the integration part, because it has to come in and you have to dissect it. What does it mean? How does it relate to you? And typically, you have to have experiences. This is why I tell people don't attach the outcome. Like we be praying, like people think praying is we gonna pray that God brings our will to us, and then we be disappointed and now we don't believe in God. But no, you have to be praying for the will of God, and then opening yourself up to receive that. And see, this is why you gotta relax. Okay, relax. It's all right. You're gonna be okay. You're gonna be safe. Everything gonna be all right. You're not gonna. God ain't gonna let you be messed up out here. All right. So keep going back and keep training yourself and understand that you're gonna go higher. And as you go higher, you're gonna have new challenges. Okay. But keep going back. Don't ever stop tuning into the guidance, because you'll get. So like we'll pray. Here, a perfect example. I myself, I prayed. I said, God, please, I wanted to be rid of all of the bureaucracy, all of the greed, all of the people and their nastiness and just human behavior, right? And so where I had prayed for all of this money and all this responsibility, now I'm praying, God, please, I just want to be normal. I just want to be normal, God. I don't want, I just make me just normal. Okay, but then when that happens and it's time for me to go into exile, it comes, but I forgot that, wait a minute, I asked for this, and so now I get it, and instead of asking God to lead me through that, I'm somewhere like, oh God, what did I do? Why you take everything? See how that works? So we can get it, and then we're not necessarily prepared to receive. So believe when you are asking for the will of God, that things are going to start shifting. Things are going to start moving. What's most necessary is that you prepare yourself to receive those shifts, those changes, and those moves, and to move with it instead of being rigid and stuck like, well, I want my marriage to work with this person, and so God, please make them love me right. God, please make them see me. God, please make. No, you have to open yourself up, God. Let me receive the love that you have for me. God, bring into my life someone who will value me the way that you know that I deserve to be valued. And then when the relationships start falling apart, you can't be like, no, wait a minute, hold on, God, because I didn't mean take my wife. I didn't mean take my husband. I didn't mean take my boyfriend. I didn't mean take my girlfriend. What I was meaning was for you to make them do what I want them to do so that I can feel good. No, you have to be praying for the will of God. And so why is meditation so difficult? Meditation is difficult because we are used to being in control. We want to know the outcome of things. We want things to be the way we envision them to be. We want people to respond the way that feels good to us. And so we want to be busy. You know what I'm saying? That's another reason, just busyness. Not able to tolerate ourselves. You know, this is why the journey of self-love is so important, because a lot of people just don't even like themselves. So that I don't like me, so I don't want to talk to you about me. I don't want to deal with me. I don't want to look at me. I don't want to do nothing with me because I'm ugly and I don't want to think about how ugly I am. And so you, as the person seeking your mission to fulfill God's will for you, you have to, and this is why there's necessary for solitude. This is why it's necessary to be set apart. But see, a lot of these things we'll see as punishments. You know, this is why we'll be rejected from certain relationships, rejected from certain jobs, not able to fit into certain circles, because those things may not be in alignment to your assignment. And if you asking God, please God, do with me what you want. God, please take me higher. God, please give me abundance. God, please give me. But at the same time, you holding on to, got to make sure that my grandma is okay over here. But God done told you to move to California and you somewhere in New Mexico trying to hold down your granny and change her depends. And then what happens is those things will come to a limit, right? This back to the limit and limitless. With God, things are limitless. There's no limit. Okay, if you want that type of thing, you have to check into God. And so you also have to learn to surrender. You have to learn to receive the guidance from God because it's not yours. Okay, because if you could get rich without God, you would be rich. People would be rich and they wouldn't even be asking God for nothing. If you can find love without God, you wouldn't, you know, if you can find health and peace and all of those things without God, if you were finding them, you would not be seeking God. So in seeking God, you have to change the behaviors. So instead of going out to the bar when you're stressed out, you need to go to God when you get stressed out. Instead of going to get that new pickle when you get, you know, anxious or lonely, you need to go to God. And that's where we have to. And what does that look like? Meditation. It looks like stilling the mind. It looks like being quiet to receive. What is God telling me to do? Okay, God, I want a new life. God, I want a new life. So now, I have a dream to tell me I'm gonna be living in New Mexico, and I'm like, I wake up, I'm like, now I ain't going to live in New Mexico. It's the mind. The mind can't see. Okay, see the mind in my one song, they ain't seeing what I'm seeing. They ain't seeing what I'm seeing. Okay, see, with our two eyes, your two eyes can only see so far. Okay, with your two eyes right now, you can only see what's in front of you on my camera. Okay, you're limited to what you see with them two eyes. Okay, but in your higher mind, you know that there is more here than you obviously can see. Okay? So now you have to be open. The mind has to be open to get to that understanding of that there's something, even though you can't see it. So a lot of people are stuck on what they can see. Meditation opens you up to those things that you cannot see that are not there, definitely there, but you cannot see them with your two eyes because your two eyes have a limit. Okay, just like if you look out, if you look down the road, your road, the road gonna still keep going, but only so far are you gonna see. It don't mean that because you can't see it, that it ain't there. And see, that's what our problem is. We be wanting to see it, and just because you can't see it, don't mean that it's not there. Meditation allows you to calm yourself and relax enough to allow what is to come into your awareness. Okay, and this is why meditation is so important. So, is it chanting? No, meditation is not chanting. Meditation is not manifesting nothing. Now, what you're manifesting is the will of God in your life. Okay, and this is the difference in what I teach and what a lot of these people is out here telling you. I'm not. You can manifest anything. Yes, you can. You got the power because you got the power of your tongue. You got the power of your mind. You got the power of your will. I'm talking to people who are seeking to be under the will of God. Okay, because you done discovered that your will don't work. Okay, everything that you willed into your life, everything you done manifested into your life, you have discovered came to naught. Okay, it was a limit to it. That usually led to something that you did not like. Okay, and this is because we cannot manipulate. God will not be mocked. And so yes, God can create and make miracles happen in your life. Things can manifest miraculously. But that is because you are in surrenderance to it. You have to be in surrender. That ain't surrender. Surrender. That don't mean I'm gonna go light some candles and chant and make my will happen because I want it. Well, you can do that, but it is not gonna bring you the will of God. It's not gonna bring you peace. It is not gonna bring you abundance. It is not gonna bring you love. It is not gonna. It's gonna bring you semblances of that. You know, it's gonna bring you mirages. Okay, will be presented to you. But to get God, you gotta learn to still yourself. Learn to understand that in some seasons I can't make a move. In some seasons I'm not gonna have the answer. In some seasons I'm not gonna be clear on what direction I'm taking. In some seasons but I'm not gonna try to make it. And see, this is where a lot of people flunk because they need to pray for something. God give them what they prayed for, and then they think they're gonna do what they want to do with what God gave them. And so then that why? Because they ain't go back to God. Okay, so keep this why you got to keep going back to God. The relationship between God is like a marriage. So if I get married to somebody, and I'm thinking about going out to make a major purchase from our joint account, it would make sense that I would be having a discussion with them, right? And so let's say they at work, and I might send a text, and they got to think about it. Okay, so they well, let's talk about this when I get home. So I got to wait till they actually get home, and see, this is what meditation is. And so now once they get home, I have to listen to what they are saying, and there has to be a discussion. I have to receive what they are saying. That's just how that works. But see, a lot of us, we ain't trying to receive nothing. Ain't nobody telling me, you can't tell me nothing. I do things my way. And we can. We all do have free will and free choice. But what I discovered on my journey, for me personally, was that when I did what I wanted to do, okay, I found myself somewhere like, oh God, please help me. I'm in trouble right now. God, please save me. And so when you understand that, you'll get the discipline. So how do you get to the discipline? I made a post the other day on my Facebook. What you do is take something that you give a lot of time to, be it your physical appearance. Really, let's look at distractions, things that we use to avoid. So like, how much time do you take watching TV? How much time do you take scrolling on social media? How much time do you give to chasing somebody that trying to pursue? Look at that, and then so let's say you go on YouTube, and you're on YouTube. All of these apps will tell you how long you use them. So like, let's say you notice you using YouTube 3 hours a day. Okay, so if you got 3 hours a day to give to YouTube, then that means that you could potentially take some of that time from YouTube and give it to yourself. So people, I don't got time. Well, you got time for everything else. So if you got 3 hours for YouTube, if you cut down your YouTube time, that would give you an hour and a half a day to give to God. I just want to hear God. So if you give an hour and a half of your day to God, I just want to hear what God gonna say. I ain't gonna be begging. I ain't gonna be knocking and pleading. I'm gonna just be listening and taking note. So you might not be able to do the hour and a half to begin with, but set that as your goal. That I'm gonna make it to an hour and a half a day. So if you start off with 5 hours a day, like y'all do them Pilates or push-ups and all of the other stuff that people do, or how you maintain your diet and all of this other stuff, well, then you need to get to maintaining this. Okay, so you're gonna set out that time, be it in the morning, in the afternoon, the evening, whatever time works for you. You're gonna etch this time out. You're gonna get you a notebook, and you're gonna start to take note. So take the pause. First ask the question: what should I do about this? Or what direction should I be going in this? Or whatever it is for yourself. And then you sit there and you just breathe and breathe, breathe. Once you get done, you know you're done because you're going to stop. Okay, so if you make it to 5 minutes, that's cool. Don't worry about nobody else. Remember, this is about you. So wherever you get to, once you get there, you're gonna whip out the paper and you're gonna start writing. Okay, and then you're gonna read it to yourself. And this is probably gonna take up about 15 minutes. 10 to 15 minutes. So now at least you got 10 to 15 minutes of that hour and a half in your discipline. And believe me, once you start getting messages, you'll get excited. Now, here go the thing. You cannot get to the point where you think that this is going to solve everything, because there will be things that you will have to do. I have people, they like, well, I stopped hearing God. Well, you stopped hearing God because you stopped taking the moves of God. And so if you stop taking the moves until you take the move that you last got instruction to take, then you won't do it. And it's not necessarily the instructions won't be like, well, take 6 steps and go to the left. It might be something like, now is the time to get rid of an old habit, or now is the time to express yourself, or now is the time to, something like that. So once you get that, okay, now you have a directive forward. Now take that and you'll see, in a practical sense, a shift in the circumstance. If you find that you are struggling, like, um, a lot of people say, well, what do I do if somebody is attacking me, like putting these things on me, right? Well, first of all, if you're meditating, then you can always ask for protection. If you are in alignment to your assignment, you are protected. It's an automatic. I promise you. I can't lie to you. I'm gonna just tell y'all the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God. As long as you're on assignment, you are protected. Okay. Now, there will be times on assignment where you see something that you want, and you may come from under the covering. Just return back to God. Go back to meditation. What can I do? What do I need to do? You'll get the answers and steps to rectify that. But if you find that you are facing, you doing everything that you're supposed to do, I done followed the directions, I done been grateful, I done surrender, I'm relaxing. What am I supposed to do? Just be still. Be still. That's it. It ain't nothing you can do, because I don't know who have watched the videos that I did where I say working with God is like a tennis match, except for it's not in the speed of a tennis game, okay? But it's like a give and receive. So you launch out something, it goes out, then it comes back to you. You have to receive it. Most of us be moved on from what we prayed for before the answer even come back, because we didn't have the patience to be still enough, or we didn't have the discipline to keep going back to God and trusting that God is working it out. So that is where you want to discipline yourself, because that'll cause or create a great deal of protection, because unless you're outright giving your gifts away, no one can take what you have. And so when people attack you, there will be a natural defense that you don't have to worry about. And that's another thing is, if you're in a meditative state, you don't have time to be responding and going back and forth with people and things like that. You're constantly looking to raise your vibration higher and higher and higher. And so as you do that, you will be protected. Now, when you notice that things are coming against you, stop, take inventory. What are you thinking in opposition of what God has shown you? In what ways are you behaving that are in opposition to what you want? Case in point, let's say God is telling you to go to Africa, but you thinking, I don't got no money to go to Africa. I've never been to Africa. I don't got no passport. You're thinking a lot of limiting things there, right? This creates limit for what? A limitless God, where you should be meditating. Okay, I got the message to go to Africa. Yes, that's you. Agree. Yes, I'm going to Africa. Now you will get back directions, but you got to be still enough to receive those directions because they're not going to come on the day you want them to. So you can go to meditation today and you might get answers about something else. And the answer to go, how you going to get to Africa might not come for another 6 months. But if you already done abandoned God's voice because, man, I need some money and I need things shaking right now and I need some action, you know what I'm saying? I need to show people that I'm the shit, you know what I'm saying? And so then you probably won't make it to Africa. Hey, baby mama. I did eat. I ate a sandwich, and I'm cooking me. It's New Year's, and I'm country, so I got me a pot of black eyed peas on the stove with some. I'm gonna have some ribs and some sauerkraut and some hot water cornbread today. Yeah, so today I'm gonna be eating good. You ain't gotta worry about that today, baby mama. I'm a chef. Yeah. I was fasting. I know it's you. You my only baby mama. Where you come from, baby mama? You gotta tell me when I impregnated you. At least tell me that. Where was I at? What state was I in? What state? What state? It happened in what state was it in? Just tell me that. Just tell me that. I'm gonna know. Where you my baby mama? Cause I don't know. I was saying yeah. I don't know. Oh, okay. It's you. All right. It's you. And it's you, baby. It's you, baby. But going to God requires a discipline. But just we have to build strength, like to get muscles, or to change our diet for a healthier lifestyle. It's the same thing with our discipline for understanding God, what God is leading you to do, what God is directing you to do, versus what you think. Because see, when we get on the phone, we get to talking to our friends. They got their input. They're gonna tell you something that ain't remember they don't think like God, and they don't mean you no harm. They just trying to help out. But at the same time, you gotta understand what spirit are they rearing? Are they jealous? Are they envious? Are they depressed? Are they stressed? Are they lonely? What is they and you gotta and no judgment. You just have to be aware of these things. Okay, you don't ever judge other people because you don't know what they're going through. So you just you know you gotta worry about you and get your directions from God. Because on this journey, my mother couldn't give me the answers, my father couldn't give me the answers, my siblings couldn't give me the answers. Matter of fact, my one brother used to always tell me how naive I was. When I would spew out these things, he would tell me how naive I was, and I would question myself too because like maybe I am naive, even though I would confidently tell him, man, I ain't naive. I know what I'm talking about. I know what I came to the planet to do, but I still had questioning to it. And so it is a process, okay? And like I told y'all in the video the other day, it it wasn't easy to get here. Okay, this is not that it didn't happen overnight. I didn't become the saint like in one night. Like you know what I mean? Yeah, we meditated last night. I thought you remembered. You don't remember? You should have seen me because I saw you. Yep, I did. I meditated, and what I got was all of my directions forward, and I'm grateful, and I'm very ecstatic to be going into 2025, and I hope that you guys feel comfortable to keep asking because I will keep making the videos and answering you guys as clear as I can. If I'm not clear enough or I don't clarify, please say it in the comments so that I can clarify. But um, there is no right or wrong way to meditate. The, the ultimate goal is to get yourself to that stillness. Okay, there are a lot of ways to start meditating. Take whatever way helps you get into the discipline, and then make it your priority, like brushing your teeth. I talked about it in the video where I asked, "Are you? Um, is the inside of you, is your heart and your mind as sexy or beautiful or pretty or handsome or charming as your outside exterior. You know, we put a lot of, oh, I need to look good and I'm a powder up and oh, I need to smell good and I need to, take a bath and make sure I wash everything and shave and I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna twist my hair and I'm gonna get my hair cut and trimmed up and slimmed up and I'm gonna get on the weight loss diet, but the inside of us be not clean. That is another thing that is important with meditating, especially if you start doing like meditations that deal with the chakra or like transcendental meditations. It's important that you clean your heart before you get into those spaces because those spaces will take you out into other places that if your heart is not clean, you will be out, but you will be granted and denied access to where you're trying to get to, and you'll be left at the exposure of things that can definitely harm you. So you want to be careful. Always make sure that you are seeking God. Okay, don't just be, oh, well, I seen them doing this meditation on TikTok and they said that my third eye was going to be open. Well, yeah, okay, TikTok, baby. Watch the clock because some shit about to happen. I'm going to tell you right now something about to happen. Uh, Make sure you clean your heart. Okay, go through the processes of forgiveness. Go through the process of releasing. Go through the process of acceptance. Go through the process of loving, being, peaceful, gentle, and all of those things. Go through those processes and bring yourself to that clean space and ask. Don't be asking God or meditating. Well, God, I want to see them get their karma and sitting somewhere meditating. I want them to get their. Did they get their karma yet? They didn't get their karma yet. Let me meditate some more. No, that ain't how this works. Okay. Oh, baby mama, you taking your comments down now? Or did the moderators take them down? You have to make sure that you are believing God for what God shows you to. Okay? Because the things that you'll be shown will be later. Okay? They're not going to happen today. They're not going to happen right now. But you have to believe it. So like you might see yourself, you ask God, okay, God, what kind of work you want me to do? And now you might go into meditation and you see yourself on stages in front of podiums and stuff, right? Well, if right now today you working at McDonald's, it's probably not nothing gonna happen that's gonna put you in front of a podium unless you go on the trial the next day. You know what I'm saying? However, you now have where you're going towards. Okay, you got where I'm going to. You can see. Okay, so now as you're traveling, this is where you start making, and this is where faith, belief works. Okay, so now I start going along. I'm preparing myself. I'm going to be a talk. I'm going to be a motivational speaker. I'm going to talk all over the world. I'm going to be standing on stages. And then you start to develop the wisdom and that things necessary to get there. Okay, and now anything that it takes you off. So now somebody's like, well, come on, let's get this job over here at Kmart. Well, I know I ain't supposed to be at goddamn Kmart because I already see my ass on these stages. And ain't nothing at Kmart about to put me on those stages. So I'm gonna have to pass on the Kmart job. I might not have no money. I might look crazy. I might be being mocked. People might be saying I'm crazy. But I have to be doing. Okay? Man, tell me, where did I get you pregnant at? I got you pregnant on YouTube? Okay. Did I get you? Tell them, that's right, tell them. Like, share, subscribe, all of that. Comment. Now, did I get you pregnant on YouTube? You got me thinking about this now. I need some answers. I don't like to be in there. They gonna think I'm crazy. I got you pregnant last night. Oh my. All right, so I got you pregnant on top of the pregnancy. So now, as we going higher, Okay, there are going to be different challenges and different things. There are going to be, temptations, tests, attacks, and temptations along the way. What do? Meditate. Okay, meditate. Go back to God. Where am I supposed to? God, did this align to where do I know what you showed me, and I know is this no? Oh, okay. You gonna get an answer. You gonna get a feeling. You gonna get something that's gonna tell you, nah, that ain't none of your business. Okay, you just keep it going. Okay, there are gonna be plenty of things to come in your awareness. But if you're meditating and you have that prayer and meditation, not just praying, because praying is, oh God, give me, give me, give me, give me, give me. God, give me, give me, give me, give me. Or thank you, God, when you get something. You know what I mean? But that's not how this works. Oh wow. That's intense. Yeah, that's intense. That sounds a little lustful. But I'm gonna pray that you can I don't know how to help you with that right now. Not right now, not while I'm at work, not while I'm at work. You have to call me later. Call me later. And meet me on the 5D. But anyway, go back to what is necessary for you to go higher. Okay, keep going back to God for you to get to that space that brings you into that next level of yourself, that greater version of you. So you get the greater expression, that you have the greater experience. And here's the thing, it's all an experience, and you can't think it. So relax, and have the experience. Be grateful for everything, whether it hurt, whether it makes you happy, whether you lose something, whether people leave you, whether you have to leave places, whether you have to leave jobs, whether you have to leave, friend groups. It doesn't matter. Make sure that you are staying grateful. Okay, grateful. Stay in gratitude, and no matter what's going on. So when you see, okay, well, God answered my prayer. What I'm gonna do right now? This is what my homie said to me earlier. All right, God answered the prayer. What do I do now? Be still. Ask for direction and wait for the next direction to come, and then you take that. Okay. Now, when the next direction comes, don't start to think about it because you're gonna think yourself out of it. Just take the direction. Okay, so if it tells you, all right, go to Nevada, then you need to be going to Nevada. Don't think about, well, how I'm gonna get to Nevada, what I'm gonna do when I get to Nevada. I need the money to go to Nevada. I need people to help me get to Nevada. Where am I gonna stay? How am I gonna well, just go to Nevada? Because when you get there, the response to all of those questions will be there. But it's not gonna be right here where you already got the doggone answer. And so there has to be balance. There has to be balance between asking, receiving, action, staying. What in some kind of action is just sit your ass down somewhere. Sit down. And when you do that, you're gonna get an answer. You can just be sitting in a room and then a song come on and be like, I'm going back to Cali, Cali. Yeah, I am going back to Cali. That's right, I'm going back to Cali. Yeah, we gonna meditate tonight too. How many times you want me to say that? You making me think something wrong with you. I thought you did. Keep it cute. Keep it cute, baby mama. Keep it cute. I ain't got no baby mama. You have to be like the mother of my child. Like that baby mama, the baby be the mama in my mind. When I hear people be like, "Yeah, my baby mama," I be thinking the baby is the mama because y'all ain't got no nothing. Like yeah, that's just me. That's my mind, though. That's how my mind works. That ain't in my spirit. That ain't what's in my spirit. But listen. Now, what I want y'all to do is to get you a new notepad. Okay, get you any size. I keep them around all kinds. I'm telling y'all, I'll be just a writing and a scribbling and scribbling. Because even these videos, I don't. It come in, I'm like, okay, I have to unpack it. I'm unpacking one for Sunday right now that I'm like, okay. But I have to be still. I have to receive it. Okay, see, a lot of people think I'm weird. They gonna think you weird, okay? Oh, you don't want to go to the bar? I don't want to go to the bar. You don't want to go? I don't want to do that. Do you want? I don't. I don't. I don't. I don't want to do that. Now, if you're going to the woods, I want to go with you. If you're going hiking, I'm going with you. You know what I'm saying? You're going on a trip somewhere to go have an adventure, I'm going with you. Because I'm always looking to see what I cannot see, okay? And that is done through having experience. Okay, don't let people tell you about life. Like, don't let me sit here and just tell you about the goodness of meditation. Don't let me tell you about the goodness of God and following your code. Really do it for yourself so that you can feel it and tell another person, like, man, listen. Mm, mm. Woo! My life has changed. I'm just so grateful because listen, and when you get into it, you won't be nothing but grateful because it's like, man, everything I could think of is happening. Everything I could imagine happens. Everything that I asked for is happening because you are in the flow of God. There is no break hitting. There is no brick walls. There is no stops. There is no delays. There is no when you're in the flow. Okay, when you're in the flow because you're understanding that there is no lack, there is no loss. There's merely things that take me to that next level. I'm always going higher. And how do you get there? Through stillness, through the discipline of receiving. So when you hear people say, for those of you that watch the tarot readers on YouTube, when you hear them saying, I lost what I was gonna say. What they say the way they say it is like getting your feminine energy. Your feminine energy. Feminine energy is the act of waiting, nurturing, being still, receiving. You know, it comes in, it attracts. That thing. Now your masculine energy, you want to go do something about it. I'm gonna go do something because I got to do something because see, I had seen this vision. Okay, yeah, I got the messages right here on my notepad. It said that I'm gonna be rich. I'm gonna be rich. That's what I seen. I seen me with a lot of money, and so I'm about to go get that money. Anyway, how? Well, your desires to go get that money will open you up to things of the world. Okay, with God, you have to go in because remember the things that are necessary for you to complete your journey is inside of you, not outside of you. So you have to keep going in. Okay, so now if you look around and practically you don't got the money to be doing what you saying. Okay, now, God, where is that gonna come from? Show me. Where? Okay, now things are starting to happen. Boy, you can sit there and stew it through your mind. I need money, 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 and now you're gonna start coming up with all kind of devilish things to get that money. What is gonna lead you to a limit? You're always gonna meet a limit. Okay, you want to go to limitless? Sit down, meditate. Receive the direction, and then go forward. You understand that? I hope that somebody helps. I hope this helps somebody to remember, and to get the practical idea. What do I be meaning when I say get up in here? Get up in here because I'll be serious, y'all, and I hope y'all all get up in here because that's where God wants us. Is God's desire. If you are living a life where you are facing lack, loss, struggle, uncertainty, doubt, chaos, fear, confusion, I can assure you, you are not living the life that God intends for you to live on this planet. And I hope and pray that in 2025 that you come to the realization that God sent me here for more. God sent me here to go higher. God needs me to desire more. God is depending on me to do more. God wants me to be the greatest version possible of myself. And that's why I agreed to be it. So, how to get there is to keep going back to God, y'all. Make sure that you use this year efficiently and effectively in accomplishing the desires that are in your heart because those things are definitely your divine design. And if you are in alignment with it, I can assure you that it is nothing but magic and miracles. Well, magic is what they do. God does miracles. And if you want to be in the flow of miracles and you want to be, then discipline yourself to come into relationship with God. What is that relationship for you individually? Because no matter what, who reads your chart or what kind of tarot reader you go to or what kind of, ultimately it comes to God's divine design. And if you are in alignment with that, then you're on assignment. And that means that you are what? That means what? That means what? You're going to be in some, pissing the devil off. So if you want to piss the devil off, you pissed off the devil and done all kind of things to you. And tricked you, used you, abused you, wrapped you up, trapped you up. You know what I'm saying? Held you back, made you doubt yourself, made you have fear, made you have worry, had you trapped in poverty, had you all trapped in all kind of nonsense that you ain't like. Then guess what? This is your time that you can get back at the devil by simplistically checking into and committing to becoming the greatest version of yourself. And if you do, I can guarantee you, and I typically don't guarantee things. In my last cycles, I wouldn't guarantee. I can guarantee y'all because I done this thing. I went through the fire. I went down and got burned. I came back up like shiny money. And I can tell you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God, that as long as you keep going back to God, you will always get the greatest version of you and the greatest version of others too. I love y'all. Make sure that you are giving yourself from the purest and greatest space to all things, because that is what is going to serve you. Even if you're not rewarded immediately, your rewards are in heaven, and so everything else is secondary to unnecessary. Don't worry about no money. Don't worry about looking good. Don't worry about talking fancy. Don't worry about fitting in. Don't worry about who accepting you. Don't worry about who gonna cheer for you, because remember, meditation is between you and God. Ain't nobody there but you and God in that space, okay? It ain't DJ Khaled ain't there. You ain't got Meg the Stallion there. You ain't got the tarot lady off of Facebook or YouTube. You ain't got the tarot man off of TikTok. You ain't got the little boom 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 boom. No, because you don't need them if you are tuning in to who? To God and who God said. Anything else is secondary to unnecessary. I can tell you right now, anything you telling you about you is a lie. Go ask God about you. Anything somebody else telling to you, probably a lie to. Go ask God about you. Anything you want to do, probably is the wrong thing to be doing. Go ask God what to do. Anything you trying to get, it might not be what you need to be getting. Go ask God about it. And if it is, all things will come into alignment that are going to benefit you on your assignment. I'm the police say, I tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me, God, as long as this thing keeps turning, twisting, spinning, whatever it's doing. And until that stops, I will tell the truth. And I hope that this truth helps you to remember, and inspires you to be the greatest version of you, not just today, but every day. Because after all, the kids need us, y'all. The kids need us. Let's get this thing right. Hey, baby mama, what kind of baby we having? You said we having a little girl. Baby dinner is ready. Come on. No, I ain't getting off the line, darling. You got me off the line the other day, and I needed to eat that day. I can tell you now, dinner ain't ready. Cause I'm cooking today. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's me cooking today. I'm cooking. You eating. Okay. So, do y'all matter of fact, some of y'all tell me what y'all cooking today? How many of y'all got some black eyed peas on the stove? Yeah. Black eyed peas and keep your eyes on it. But you want to be able to see from up here, and so you gonna need to get to meditate. Okay. People be praying, oh God, please, God, I need a new car. I want a red Camaro with red rims, and I needed to have a 12-disc CD player with a DVD in the front dashboard. And then God be the answer. If you see on TV, it's a recall on the Camaro, year 2025, red with red rims, and you don't give a damn. I want one of them. Oh, that just means the price went down on it. Shit. Oh, thank you, God. Won't he do it? No, that's the devil. But you didn't know that because you wasn't listening to God. You ain't go back to God. Had you went to God, you would have knew before the recall even came out. I have people all the time asking me, well, how do you know that? God showed me. Ain't nobody had to come tell me nothing. Never in my life. I don't wait for people to tell me nothing. I go to God. If something is on my spirit, I'm going to go to God. Something on my mind, I'm going to God. Something on my heart, I'm going to God. Something ain't right, I'm going to God. Because I listen. And look at how many of y'all that been in a relationship with somebody and you just something ain't right. You know it ain't right, boy. You feel it, okay? You feel it. And you get to thinking and you be like, God, please reveal to me. So now you have a dream. Okay, you have a dream and you see your lover somewhere throwing it back with somebody else. And you wake up from the dream, oh, that can't be so. And instead of going back to God and saying, God, was that you talking to me? God, did you reveal that to me? No, you gonna go to them, you gonna go confront them. Okay, 'cause I had a dream the other day that you was cheating on me and you was sleeping with such and such and so and so. I can't see them, but I seen it. I seen it, and they gonna be like, yeah, nah, baby, you tripping, you insecure, you lost your mind. I love you. I'm never gonna do nothing to hurt you or harm you or nothing like that. Yeah, yeah. Uh-huh. And so well, now you go and you see that uh damn, all right, he loved me. She loved me. They wouldn't do. So now you got rationalization to fuck what you seen, okay? So now next thing you know, something ain't feeling right. Your heart getting heavier and heavier. You got paranoid. You can't even think at your job. You can't do nothing. You just in there and I wonder what he doing. I wonder what she doing and where they going and who they with and what they and now you sitting outside their job, but you ain't going back to God. Right? You ain't going back to God. Or you forgot that you did go to God and God answered you. So now the feeling coming, something ain't right now. And you ain't paying attention to that though, because now I'm going to go see. I got to go see. And now you're going to go to their job and you got to sit outside their job and see. Oh, now you see them. Now that you just seen them. Now, oh, God, they done broke my heart. God, why? God, why? Well, hell, you asked for it to be revealed to you, but nowhere in here do you check in the gratitude. Okay, nowhere in here are you saying, thank you, God, for revealing this to me. Now, God, what am I supposed to do next? God, what is my next move? God, how should I respond to this? God, what should I let this thing go, God? Should I let myself be free from this, God? Should I forgive, God? Or no, you wanna, oh God, pay them back for me. Oh, and now you going around, you did a drive-by shooting and bust somebody upside their head. Now you got all kind of charges and things against you and stuff. You lost the job and everything. Compromise your character because this is you not going to God. Okay, you trying to make it because what you think. And you called your homegirl up. Well, girl, listen, I had a dream, yeah, that Jacob was sleeping with Chrissy. Uh-huh. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. You think that? So what you think we should do? We gonna set it up? Yeah, and we're gonna go to the club and we're gonna act out and do the things that serve our ego, our pride, and these things are natural. Okay, so you ain't the only crazy person that's never done these things. Believe me, whoever watching, y'all, you ain't the only person. Okay, you got the little person at your job. You know, you can pray God. God, I need an income. I need a stable job. Okay, so now God show you working with a snake, and you just not thank you, Lord, for revealing this to me. What should I do next? No, you like, oh, I'm gonna show this bitch. I'm gonna show her because I'm gonna perform a little better. I'm gonna come in a little earlier. I'm gonna stay a little longer and everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm working a little harder. But after 6 months now, you got burned out like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And you forgot that God had already showed you that you was working with a snake, in which means that you should probably be doing what? Move. Because if we was out in the woods and we seen a snake, we would be moving. Okay, we ain't gonna just sit there with the snake and try to dance with the snake. We're not gonna sit there. But see, when we working with God, we gotta learn to surrender to what God is giving us, what God is taking us, what God is showing. You gotta surrender to that. Meaning you have to be willing to move. You have to be willing to look stupid. You got to be willing to not be cool. You got to be willing to be broke. You got to be willing to be made fun of. You have to be willing to go and do what you have never done. You have to be willing to do those things because what God has for you is ahead of you, not right here in what you can see. And the only way to get to that, my people, is through meditation. I hope this video helps somebody somewhere to remember to keep going back to God no matter what it is. I don't care if it's your money. I don't care if it's your man. I don't care if it's your mama. I don't care if it's your children. I don't care if it's yourself. I don't care what it is. Don't go to the doctor and ask how to lose weight. Ask God, why did I put on these pounds? Don't go to the therapist and ask why I can't forgive my mother. Go to God and ask, why did I experience these things at the hands of my mother? And then when you can get the answer of why things happen, you can accept things and move on. I love y'all. I'm the Police Saint, and I hope this video here helps somebody to get up in the new year and get ready for what abundance. Abundance and abundance. Claim it as yours. Receive it, believe it, achieve it. Keep telling God you can, you will, and then do. I love y'all. Make sure that you share this video with somebody somewhere that's struggling. I'm going to get up off here because I need some space. Baby mama, thank you for getting up in here, talking to me and everything, because guess what? You keep the chat going. You said my food, you don't want my food to get cold. That ain't the food ain't getting cold tonight. Yeah. Ooh, that sounds good. Black eyed peas, rice, collard greens, or kales, and some barbecue chicken. Yeah, I see it. I feel it. I dig it. I love it. Everybody, make sure that y'all are having a good time. Make sure that you blessing yourself. Bless who? Bless you. Bless you. Bless you. Bless yourself. And thank God for giving you the power to do such. Peace and wellness. Make sure y'all stay kind.